Good evening, everybody. Beautiful crowd tonight. Thank you all for coming out. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Finch. I'm a lifelong friend of Dan's, and I'm honored to be giving a few remarks on behalf of Thomas O'Connor this evening. It's going to be tough for me to consolidate 20 years of friendship in a few short minutes, but I'm going to do the best that I can. So Dan and I have developed a fantastic brotherhood over the last 20 years, but it didn't always start like that. So I moved to Fredericksburg, Virginia when I was 4 years old, and my mother, who's in attendance tonight, joined an all-women's Bible study. And at this Bible study, she met a whole bunch of people, and a bunch of people had kids that were around my age at the time, and I happened to go to somebody's 4th birthday party. And at said birthday party, this big lightsaber duel breaks out, like little plastic lightsabers. Everyone's swinging them around all over the place. And I'm kind of like scoping it out. I had just moved, so I didn't know anybody. All these kids knew everybody. And I see this big, tall kid. He's taller than everybody else. And I'm like, oh, I kind of want to stay away from him. And so I'm kind of going in, and I'm kind of like very timid, like, with my little plastic lightsaber. And this big, tall kid goes up, and it goes wham right in the head. And that took me out. I was crying. I went in to my mom, and I had a big thing for theatrics when I was a kid. And my mom is talking to someone named Miss Catherine, and my mom introduces me, and I'm like, "Hi, Miss Catherine." And Miss Catherine goes, "Oh, I have a son that's just about your age. I'll go bring him out." And she brings out the big, tall kid that hit me over the head with a lightsaber, and that's how Dan and I met. But in my mother's infinite wisdom, she must have known that it would develop into something like this, and Dan and I continued to hang out, and I quickly realized that we had a lot in common. In elementary school, I went to public school, and Dan was in the homeschool system, but we still found a lot of ways to connect through a variety of things, but some memorable moments that come to mind come through rec sports we played when we were growing up. One of my favorite memories is during rec league basketball when we were playing a game. We were losing quite badly, 44-0. And with 14 seconds to go in the 4th quarter, Dan heaves a basketball shot from well beyond three-point range, and it goes in. And we celebrated like we had just won the national championship. Dan and I continued hanging out all the time. Middle school, we get to high school where we went to St. Michael the Archangel. And unfortunately, we played a lot of high school basketball together. And those lopsided defeats, unfortunately, did not end there. Another great memory that we had was when we were the only 2 people in a Spanish 4 class. And one time, our high school Spanish teacher decided, you know what, I don't feel like teaching today. I'm just going to take these 2 out for some IHOP, with the prerequisite that they have to order everything in Spanish. No permission slips, anything like that, just we're going to go. And then we get to college. As great as Dan and Timothy O'Mara's recruiting pitches were, I attended Virginia Tech, and he attended, as many of you know, St. Vincent College. I visited him twice. We went to his first college football game together. And we were keeping in touch. We were kind of doing our own thing. And then my junior year, his senior year of college, I get a phone call. And it's very out of the blue. And so Dan and I, we would send a lot of memes and text message and stuff like that, but he would never really call me out of the blue. And on this particular day, he calls me out of the blue. And he goes, hey, I think I met someone. And he starts telling me about Christina. Starts telling me about her very quiet and poised demeanor. Starts telling me about how beautiful she was, how much of a connection that he felt between the 2 of them. And the phone call lasted about 45 minutes. And I remember most of the call, I'm on the phone, and I'm like, yep, yep, I got you. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Dan, I totally agree, yep. And the only thing that I was really hearing is, I know that he's going to marry this woman someday. And it's truly an honor for me to be up here celebrating a truly wonderful couple. And like I said, I'm honored to be giving some remarks on behalf of Thomas this evening. So let's raise our glasses and let's toast a beautiful couple here this evening. Thank you all very much.
All right. So, hi everyone. My name is Serena. I'm Christina's best friend and her maid of honor. Um, so, I've known Christina for 10 years, and we met through a mutual friend through an UVU call. And if anybody doesn't know what UVU is, it was kind of like FaceTime, in the dinosaur age, back when we were kids. So, yeah, we instantly clicked, and we actually stayed friends over just video call for 3 years. And I think we knew at that point that our friendship was going to last forever, because who stays friends with someone they just met over a video call? Come on. So, anyways, throughout the years, we've had many laughs and adventures together. We also saw each other through all the difficult ups and downs of becoming young adults. She was my shoulder to cry on through a lot of tough times in my life, and one of the first people I'd always want to call or text when something exciting happened to me. She is a wonderful person who I am incredibly lucky to have as my best friend. I remember when her and Dan first started dating, she had a good feeling about him and was so excited. I will never forget the time that they went on a retreat together, and Christina told me how during adoration, she just felt intense feelings, and she just described it as how God does incredible things when two people that come together, that love each other, come together to worship him. And that just really stuck with me. It is at this point I knew their relationship was something very special. And I was overjoyed that my friend's heart had found her home with someone that would love her, guide her, and cherish her in the way that God truly intended. Their relationship is one of great faith, which is what we should all truly strive for. I know they will have many years of happiness together, and I look forward to all that they will achieve together in the future. With that being said, let's raise our glasses and toast this wonderful and amazing couple. May you guys have many years of happiness.